I'm Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast, where I regale my husband with Southern stories of the macabre, the creepy, and the strange.
And I drink.
So what are we drinking tonight, Mitchell?
Our beer tonight is Circularity Strawberry Berliner-Style Weisse Ale. This is from Beltline Brewing LLC, also known as Orpheus, in Atlanta, Georgia. It's 4.2% alcohol by volume. And as we all know, Orpheus is a little up in their own ass.
Pretentious, I think is the word you were going with.
I say up in their own ass. So let's read the online description. Inertiatic? Is that a word? Inertiatic? That's the first word. I think it's supposed to be having inertia. Here we go. Inertiatic circularity unforgiving as the end comes unrelenting. When all that's lost is all that's left and mountains turn to sand, a flickering incandescence in the ether undulates with dormant promise. Inexorable circularity animating memories leads to lush and verdant tendrils reaching out for light. The fruit's engorged and juicy now, dripping down your chin while all around us shines a little brighter. First off, fuck off, guys. What the hell? What does any of that mean?
Also, one of my least favorite words, like in the entire English language, is the word engorged, and they used it in relationship to food, and I'm out.
I mean,
out.
I am very upset with everything I just read because none of it makes sense. It's a mumble of words. It's like when people create an AI and they say, okay, give us something amazing, and it just shits out words. That's what's happening. That's what this is. It makes no sense. Fuck you. Also, the beer sucks. So go fuck yourself.
You are so angry about
Second,
this one.
What I have to say is it has an interesting flavor, to say the least. It starts out sour, and then it's like savory. It's really fucking weird. Leah said it tastes like turkey gravy to her. It's not good. Go fuck yourself. Just put on the can or on the online description. You might like it. I doubt it, though. That's all you got to say. None of this other bullshit. This is awful. So, that's all I have. Leah, what would you like to say about the beer?
Yeah, I agree. I've never seen you this heated about a beer before, but,
It's just, I read that, and then I said it out loud, and I went, I sound like a fucking douchebag. And You have made me sound like a douchebag on my own show, Orpheus. Go fuck yourself. I'm very upset with you.
I do feel like that's something that we need to bring an English major on to, like...
No, I don't. I'm not interested at all.
Okay, cool.
Fuck that.
Basically, yeah, I took a sip of it and I was like, oh, this is a nice sour. Ew, it tastes like meat.
Mm-hmm.
No thanks. It has
weird.
a very strange, savory aftertaste that I am not here for. Yeah, Mitch is correct. I think it tastes like turkey gravy on the back end. Like
it's not good.
You put like a shot of lemon juice on top, and on the bottom it's just turkey gravy.
Yep.
It's weird. No thanks.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, because I mean it's still palatable.
No, sir.
I have a better palate than you do. So
stop giving things midline scores when you literally told the beer to go fuck itself.
I'm telling
if you tell the beer to go fuck itself, you need to at least give it a 3, maybe lower.
I'm telling the people to go fuck themselves.
Yes, but your scale is incredibly generous.
All right, we'll make it a 4. We'll midline there. We'll compromise. 4 out of 10. Orpheus, go fuck yourself. Our shot in the dark for the night. Shipwreck Alabama Rum, distilled and bottled by Boogie Bottom Spirits in Perdido, Alabama, 40% alcohol by volume. Let's read the online description. These people are not pretentious as far as I can tell, so here we go. Produced and bottled in Baldwin County, Alabama by Boogie Bottom Spirits, this light-bodied white rum has a faint fruitiness with a creamy butter finish. It was created to honor a bit of Gulf Shores/Orange Beach lore concerning the wreck of a reputed rum runner known as the Whiskey Wreck, which rests just off our beautiful beaches. End quote. I was holding back a burp that whole time. Oh, goodness. Okay. About the rum. It is awfully smooth. It's way better than the beer, in my opinion. It does have a very fruity taste. It's like citrusy in there, and it's just a white rum, so it's really strange to have that flavor in there, but really, really, really good. I'm legitimately surprised at how good this is for the price. On the website, it says it was $28. When we bought it a few weeks ago, I have no idea, but it's in the $20 to $30 range. It's very affordable and very freaking good. So I gave it a 9 out of 10 on ice. We made, what you call them, daiquiris? Strawberry daiquiris. 10 out of 10, of course. 9.5 out of 10 overall. And the alcohols are done, Leah.
Okay, fantastic.
Go ahead.
All right. That one was a little ranty, but I liked it. It was good. Thank you.
Orpheus just pisses me off. It has that ability.
I know.
Do we have paper towels in here?
I don't think so. I'm sorry. Anyway, so just as a welcome back, I suppose, we've missed 2 weeks of shows. I was incredibly sick for the first one, and then the second one, I got a booster shot thinking, this isn't going to be a problem. And I was incorrect. It kicked my absolute ass.
Yeah, it was way worse than either of us have had with any of our shots.
Yeah, I was going to say, both of my first 2 shots were not a problem. Like, I got a little bit sick, but nothing was... No, that booster shot had me on my ass, and I couldn't move my arm for 3 days. It was... absolute trash fire garbage. I'm glad I got it. You should get it if you haven't yet, but I did have a super duper intense reaction to it that I did not expect. So I apologize for missing 2 shows in a row. Like I said, that sucks and I apologize, but you do not want to hear, you would not have wanted to hear me attempting to do a show when I was that ill.
It wasn't going to go well.
No, definitely not. But anyway, we're back. And guess what?
Hey. What? Chicken
we
butt.
have some new Possum Passel members.
Possum Passel. Hold on. I got to do some...
Access denied.
I got to find some... I don't know. These are in alphabetical order. Alien Scare. I don't know about that one. Let me go to the taunts.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I don't know.
Bye-bye is not a taunt.
Crossbow. Let's do music. Okay, that's just. Okay. I just went to music and pressed something and it said note B, so obviously that's just a B.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay,
Fuck
you can stop now.
All right. Possum Passel member.
Okay. We have a brand new Possum Passel member. Welcome to the Possum Passel, Ashley. Thank you so much for pledging to our Patreon campaign. It's possums like you that keep this show going, and we're very thankful for each and every single one of you. So thank you so much, Ashley. And also, Caitlin upped her pledge. Hell yeah.
I don't know when that was. Was that a while ago?
No, it was in December.
Okay.
But we super duper appreciate that as well. We need to get you out a t-shirt, and we're going to go ahead and get out Ashley some stickers. I think we've got a couple of other people to be sending stickers. We were behind in that. 2021 also kicked my ass. I apologize, but
it's just
it's been weird.
The last few weeks have been very busy.
Time means nothing to me anymore. It's been a stressful, weird, emotional year, but you know what? We're here. We're in 2022. We're going to make this work. We're going to make it happen, and we super duper appreciate all of our possums. Y'all are awesome. So thank you very much. Okay, are you ready to go to the sassy Southern saying of the evening?
I sure am, Leah.
All right. Well, this one means a lot to me currently. I'm not even sure if it's terribly Southern, but you know what? I wanted to use it because it makes me happy. Okay. The phrase is, hang up your hat.
Oh, okay. So, obviously it just means you're done with something, you're retiring from it. You're not doing the thing anymore.
Yes.
But I know what you're using it for.
Yes.
But I don't know where it came from particularly.
Yeah, neither do I. And that's fine.
So we're not going to actually do it. Okay.
Oh, no. I legitimately all over the place. And no one has a proper etymology for it.
I just unplugged the audio somehow.
Uh-oh. Are we functioning?
Yeah. We're good now, but something happened there. I don't know what it was, y'all. Anyway, it's on, but there's going to be a little...
A blurb.
Sorry, everybody.
It'll be fun. Anyway, but yeah, it's just it's time to hang up your hat and go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, as far as I can tell, they trace the etymology to the early 1900s. In the United States, it's very prevalent today, still in Texas, just because they're the people that still wear a bunch of fucking hats. But, it's pretty prevalent all over the United States. But anyway, I wanted to use it because guess what, Mitchell?
I already know. You can tell them.
I quit my job!
Now,
I've got another one as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not accurate.
No, I actually got a different position. So I'm leaving civil service and I'm going into the private sector. And I'm very pumped. I'm very happy. I no longer work for the state of Alabama. And I am very excited. So yeah, I had to hang up my hat for civil service and get a new hat.
Yay, Leah. And it's very nice, too, because I have student loans that are coming up due in a couple months. So, let's get on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, which I'm only a month removed from graduating college, but I still work for the state. So
Yes.
let's get Mitch another job too.
Yeah. Fingers crossed that we can have you hang up your hat shortly, and pick up a better paying hat, please.
Or I don't mind whatsoever if you just want to be the breadwinner. I'll be a stay-at-home
They would
husband.
have to give me a much more lucrative hat if you were going to be a house husband. But
with what we're going to be having with your new position, no. That won't
but
happen.
it is definitely a step up, and I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be a lot happier in this position. So I'm really excited. 10 out of 10. Very, very excited. And plus the location that I'm working at is going to be great because there's a lot of stuff around it. And yeah, I'm just excited. Very excited. Very excited. That's
Super
it.
excited. Just excited to not be working where you were. Let's
Correct.
be honest again.
Yeah, you could have probably given me a job anywhere else and I would have been excited. I just, the entirety of 2020 just took a toll on me with that particular job.
And 2021.
And 2021. But,
Past 2 years have been awful.
the year that I spent at home just was a lot. And the year that I spent not at home was also a lot. So yeah, I'm very excited to be moving on.
If y'all want to hear just how it is in Alabama, I don't know about any other civil service people, but so Leah and I, as we've talked about before, both work for, not anymore, she doesn't, but we both worked for the state of Alabama in separate county offices. We weren't in the same office in completely different counties. And there's always been high turnover in Leah's county. In mine, hardly any. People never left. People retired when they got of age, but that's it. Nobody ever transferred. The past 2 years, it has been insane what's been happening in my office. There have been more people. I've been in that office for 6 years now. More people left in the last year and a half than I've seen hired, like ever in my entirety in the state. Because so many people are just like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. And it's like child welfare workers and not so much like food stamps and stuff like that, but a shitload of child welfare workers, because when people got out of work, everybody just started basically neglecting their children.
Yeah.
And that's just what happens.
CPS has had a high turnover in our state. Like, I mean, just everything. Yeah, let's just say that I wasn't even the first person to put in my resignation the Monday that I turned in my resignation. So if that tells you anything.
And again, that's always been a thing in your office, though.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, not near at the rate that it's going. The unit that I was in lost a crap ton of people very quickly. And like even my supervisor hasn't been there for quite some time. So like I said, it's a lot, but that's not my problem anymore.
No. Like in my office, people are hiring in, and 6 months later, they're like, "I am getting something else."
Yeah, but I mean, in the job
never
field,
happened in this office. People liked going to my office.
Yeah, in the job field that I was in, it's the highest turnover job in the state. Well, second highest, I think. And so it was very usual for people to stay about 6 months, decide that it was too hard and leave. And that was always pretty frequent, but like they've got people that have been working there for handfuls of years that, so like I spent 7 years with the state. Another person that quit has spent 13, it's rough, but you know what? Not my problem anymore. And
Chicken
I'm
butt
very
again.
excited.
Yeah. It's just amazing what's happening in my office, and they know that I just graduated college and I'm going to be leaving as soon as I can find something worth going for.
So I think what we're saying is if anybody has fantastic business job opportunities in the state of Alabama,
North Alabama,
hit Mitchell up because he has a new degree.
I won't do anything because the three things I've heard back from are, of course, insurance sales, and I'm not fucking doing that. I'm just not. That's stupid. I'm not going to be like, hey, pay me money for not doing anything because this insurance will almost definitely decline whatever it is you're going to put forward. Yeah. But, at least I'll get paid for it for selling you this. But, I'm just not going to do that. I've applied to like 60 jobs so far and heard back from 3 sales insurance things. And I'm not doing that.
Look, dude, I've been applying for jobs for about 7 years now. And I just now got one. So, put in your dues, babe. Put in your dues.
Well, I'm just saying, if we want to be paying back these student loans, we need to get something a little bit quicker than 7 years.
Fingers crossed.
Let's do something here.
All right. Well, are you ready for our very first story of the evening?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to the great
Sure am.
state of Kentucky, and we are going to be talking about the Kiger murders of 1943.
Kiger?
Kiger. Kiger. Kiger.
Okay. Is that like a combination of a kangaroo and a tiger? Like a liger, you know?
No.
Is it a tiger that can jump real fast?
No, it's
Because
just the
kangaroos
last
don't
name.
really jump high. They jump fast, though. They do. They jump horizontally really quickly. You know I'm right.
Really swift forward
Yeah,
movement.
because everybody thinks of kangaroos that jump, and because they jump, but they don't really jump high.
They jump
just
far.
book it. They're like rabbits.
And they will punch the shit out of you. Have you ever seen like a kangaroo
Well, they
like
kick.
hit something?
They get on their tail and oh yeah,
Yeah,
they do punch
They
too.
punch,
Yeah, right.
though.
You're right. Yeah.
Like those, like there are kangaroos that just look jacked. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
So that's not what we're talking
No.
about. Okay, never mind.
I don't know where that came from, but no, not at all.
Because tiger sounds like liger.
It's just the last name of a family in Kentucky, Boone County, Kentucky, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 17th of August in 1943, at their homestead, which was called Rosegate Farm, it was demolished, I think, in like 2005 or something like that. So it's no longer standing. But back then it was. So on August the 17th of 1943, there was an entire family just hanging out and sleeping in their home, Rosegate Farm. The father's name was Carl Kiger. His wife's name was Jenny. His daughter's name was Joan, and his son's name was Jerry. Jerry was 6 years old. Joan was 15, and then, adults. It was a Tuesday night. Everybody had gone to bed, sleeping, having a great time, cutting some Z's, etc. When all of a sudden, someone shot and killed Carl,
What?
the baby Jerry. He was the 6-year-old,
Fuck off.
and also wounded the mother in the hip
From inside the house?
from inside the house.
Okay.
So everybody was shot except Joan. Joan is unharmed. She makes it out of the house. She drives the family car to the neighbor's house. And this is a pretty rural area, so like it was a ways to drive to the next house. But she drives to the neighbor's house to get help. And the county sheriff, Jake Williams, shows up. And eventually a bunch of, first responders show up from Kenton County, Grant County, and Boone County. There's a bunch of people. You don't get a lot of homicides there. It was big business, big deal. Everybody was there.
Right.
And they start investigating, and according to all of the officials, the house was really secured. Like, all of the windows were locked, which is unusual in rural Kentucky at the time because it was hot as balls, and people would open windows because it's August. Like I said, people would open windows. There was no, central air conditioning or anything, so windows for a cross breeze and stuff was very common. All of their windows were locked shut. There was no evidence of intruders, no evidence of breaking or entering, and everybody was like, this is really strange. And so Carl also was known in the community as someone that was very paranoid. He never left his door unlocked. And like I said, in rural Kentucky at the time, it wasn't uncommon for an entire town to just leave their doors open. It was just a more naive time, I think. And he had 3 pistols that the police knew of. 2 they kept downstairs in a study, and 1 he kept upstairs in his bedroom under his pillow.
Oh, yeah.
Now look, I personally am a tosser and a turner. I roll like a seal in the bed. Like, absolutely not. If I had a pillow under my bed, we'd both be dead already.
I would say crocodile. You're more like a crocodile.
Yeah,
It's a death roll.
yeah, because the crocodile gets it and then sort of drowns it under. I get that. Better analogy.
It's about ripping with the roll.
Yeah.
It's about ripping it to shreds and killing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you do with the blankets.
Roll like a crocodile. But anyway.
Sing like a bee.
Yeah, so if I had a gun anywhere near the bed, we would both be dead because nope. Like, how do you sleep with a gun under your pillow in the first place? Is it a really bouncy pillow? Does he have a hard head? I'm concerned.
I've heard of people that do that, but I always thought it was a
metaphor.
Yeah, like it's in the bedroom. It's right here. It's not actually under the pillow.
Maybe.
But some people, I'm pretty sure, actually do it.
And now they've got all those, I don't know if you watch as many weird Facebook ads as I do, but like they also make like concealed handgun like headboards and stuff. So
like they fold out.
Yeah,
they've got
like
a little latch and stuff.
Like a rifle just sort of flaps down from your headboard, or I would press that fucking button in my sleep by accident and there'd be a gun on my head. Like it would nope. If you didn't know, I'm very scared of guns.
Yeah.
So that's a no for me anyway. Like, which is weird because, like I said, most of my family collects them. But
not only are you a tosser and turner in the night, but you're also a bad sleeper.
Yeah.
In that if anything like touches Leah, if the cat jumps on Leah, she goes, ah, 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 ah. Like, I'm not exaggerating. She does that. It freaks her the fuck out.
Yeah.
And right when she wakes up, and she's not a good sleeper. So yeah,
if I have extreme night terrors.
So yeah, if a heavy metal gun fell on her head, it's not going to go well.
No,
she's not going to sleep.
So I don't understand people that are able to do shit like that. But I mean, more power to him. This guy is strapped, is all I'm saying. He's got guns on guns, and he's ready to defend himself. Only probably didn't work in this situation because he ended up shot. He also insisted that all of the doors and all of the windows in the home were kept shut and locked at night, even though it was summer and it was hot as balls and nobody else did that. So everybody was like, why is this dude so paranoid? Seems a little strange. If you haven't done anything, like, why do you think people are out to get you? But there were rumors in the town, and the rumors were that he was sort of connected to the mob because he was previously the vice mayor of the city of Covington. And apparently there were some like slot machines and like illegal gambling kind of things that he was connected to, and sort of got a kickback on not reporting them to the police, that kind of thing. Awesome. So he's a little shady. He may or may not have mob ties. That's all rumor and speculation. The shot in the dark.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Got it.
When the house was searched, a suspicious amount of cash was found in the house. How much cash was it?
Okay.
And just to remember, we're in 1943.
All right.
So was it $144, $1,440, or $14,400?
$1,440. Final answer.
You're correct. It was $1,440 in cash. And the police speculated that it was slot machine payoff money. So the people had sort of a kickback going with him, and that was the cash that they believe he accepted.
That shot's gonna be a little rough, Leah. Good luck. Just speaking of organized crime and illegal gambling and stuff like that, I've been watching The Sopranos again recently. Great show. The first couple seasons are real cheesy. It's strange because I
like the mozzarella.
They say mozzarella. They say gabagool instead of capicola. Anyway, it's all Italian things, and I get that, but it's like, it is super caricature of Italian culture, the first couple seasons, and then it kind of gets a little bit more realistic as you go. But again, what is it, the second or third time I've watched the show?
Probably the third.
And the first couple just really stand out, the first couple seasons, and you go, good God, y'all. Like, how did people not, I know it was like 1999, but how did people not find this upsetting or offensive? They probably did, but it's just not great television the first couple seasons. But,
yeah, well, there you go.
Well, it's good television. It's fucked up characterizations of people.
It's stereotypical, and that is not okay.
I mean, it's okay. You just probably shouldn't do it.
All right, anyway. Oh, that was a little rough. Anyway.
All right. You gonna make it?
They are right about that buttery after, because every time I burp, it tastes like artificial popcorn butter.
Yeah. The good stuff. Canola oil.
Well, it's coconut oil, actually. But anyway. Or at least the kind that we served in the movie theater that I worked at. It was
Leah used to drink that in shot form, too.
What?
Said you used to drink that in shot form, too.
I have
Yeah, you've done it.
I was about to say I've never done it, but I have had like a thimbleful of it as a joke. Anyway, whatever. It's fine.
It's a joke that I have with myself after work 15 times a week. I thought it was hilarious.
It was with other coworkers while I was working at the movie theater. Thank you very much. But whatever, it's fine. Anyway, so on December the 14th of 1943, the jury, the grand jury of Boone County indicted Joan, so the daughter, who was the only one that didn't get hurt, and Jenny, the mother who got hit in the hip. They indicted them both for the murders.
Good. Fuck them. Am I right?
Yeah. So the people believed that even though there were all these accusations against the father as having these mob ties and being like a shady dude, they believed that because everything was locked up, there was no sign of entry, they couldn't find any other suspects, they believed that it was in fact Joan that did the shooting of the father and the brother. So they brought both of them to trial, and it was brought to trial in the Burlington courthouse on December the 16th of 1943. So like this shit moved fast, like indicted on the 14th and like brought to court on the 16th. That's a lot. But anyway, Joan was 16 by this point. When it happened, she was 15. She's 16 at this point, and they tried her as an adult. 16 years old, they tried her as an adult for the death of her little brother, Jerry. And her mother was going to stand trial after that. And I think, if they get a conviction for this one, they would move on to, prosecuting the father. But I believe that the easiest and the most heart-wrenching thing that they could do is to go after, her for the 6-year-old's death. So that's what they started with. And so they were debating motives, and they still didn't really have a great motive as to why she wanted to murder her little brother and father, but they went forward with it anyway. And the prosecuting attorney's name was Vincent. Just Vincent? Did we not do a second? Okay. Well, Vincent is all I put down in my notes.
I was going to say, did you fuck that up, or?
I'm pretty sure I just wrote Vincent. I don't know if that's his last name. I don't know if that's his first name. Just Vinny, Sorry about that. But the prosecuting attorney decided that he wanted to go after the death penalty, which, if you're trying to get a death penalty case against a 16-year-old, that's a lot. You've got to do a lot for that to happen, That's a very big ask for a jury. But he was adamant that she's the one who did it, and that he was going after her for it. So, Joan got a very prominent attorney in the area at the time. His name was Sawyer Smith. And there was a judge, Ward Yeager, which is a great name. And the trial lasted 5 days. And during the trial, it came out that the defense, what they were using as the defense, and this is has still been used as a defense up until modern times, but her defense was that she got night terrors a lot. Very intense nightmares.
I want you to know that won't stand up for me when you murder me in my sleep.
Hey, maybe not. But she had very intense night terrors, and she was also known to sleepwalk a lot. And apparently it was like her father actually had similar issues. He had a lot of night terrors, was known to sleepwalk as well. She inherited those traits from him. And the theory was, the defense said basically that Joan thought she heard gunshots in the house. She knew where the gun was. She was defending against an intruder. Unfortunately, it was not an intruder. It was her father and her brother. So there were experts that were brought in to testify whether or not the actual act of shooting a gun, the sound, if that would have woken her up, if it would have, clued her into what was going on. Like, this whole thing was shady and weird. Yeah, but their whole defense rested on the fact that she was a sleepwalker. She thought that she was defending herself against actual intruders. And Joan actually was put on the stand and she testified that she, quote, fired at shadowy figures, and she thought that they were shooting at her. And the gun that she used to kill the little brother...
Sounds like the Oscar Pistorius defense.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. She gave it to her mother before she left the house to go get help. So like I said, the whole defense is hinging on the fact that will the jury buy into the fact that they think that she was sleepwalking when she murdered her family, you know? And that was their defense. That's what they went with, was the sleepwalking defense. And when I was looking this up, there is an uncomfortably large amount of people that have used that defense, that have said that they murdered someone in their sleep. Like even pretty recent ones. Like there was one, I don't remember where it was, but like a guy stabbed his girlfriend to death and quote unquote woke up, realized that she was dead next to him, and he immediately called the police and said, look, she's dead and I think I did it and I have absolutely no memory of this happening. And apparently he had taken NyQuil or something like that. Or I think it was Coricidin actually, but like I said, this is a thing that people still use to try to get off. But
what
anyway.
Oscar Pistorius did was say that he was a little disoriented.
Yeah.
Just because he had just woken up and he heard someone in the bathroom, so he shot through the door.
I'm sorry.
And
if I hear something in the bathroom, I'm going to knock on the door and say, you okay in there?
Yeah.
I'm not shooting.
Well, he said he had just woken up and was disoriented. I believe that's what it was. So he just shot through the door thinking it was an intruder in his sleepy haze. And that's why he was found guilty.
Yeah, going for the gun while you're in a haze is not a great idea, just saying. But anyway, so that was their entire defense. She was sleepwalking. They did admit that she was probably the one that shot everybody, but like she didn't know what she was doing. She couldn't be held responsible because she wasn't, in her right mind. The jury only deliberated for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And because they had absolutely no motive, like the prosecutor really hadn't proved any kind of motive for her to actually murder the father or the child. Basically also, which helped her, but was probably not the best idea. At the time, it was 12 men, 12 white guys. And they
it was all juries at the time.
Huh?
That was all juries at the time.
All juries at the time were of 12 white guys. But it was, once again, 12 white guys. And they, just couldn't see how this sweet little teenage girl could have done something like that. So they found her not guilty. And because they had a not guilty verdict, the prosecution dropped all the charges against her and her mother, because, if they didn't get a conviction in the first case, there's no reason to try any of the rest of them because, it's just not going to stick. There's no reason in wasting taxpayer money to go after her against something that they've already, acquitted her of. So, yeah. And basically everybody thought that it was hard to believe that such a nice, sweet girl would kill her family. And a lot of people think that, her father's political connections, it caused a lot of people to talk and believe that maybe it was actually the mob that killed them and then just sort of set Joan up, framed her maybe as sort of the one that did it, which is weird because I feel like in the whole thing, she never says that she isn't the one that did it.
Yeah.
She just thought that it was someone else, that was in the home. And other people think, maybe there was actually someone else in the home that was so basically what I'm saying is that there's a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of sort of hubbub in the town about whether or not she actually was the person that killed him, why she killed them, etc. A lot of the students that went to school with her all said that she's super sweet, super innocent. She would never have done something like that. Other people said, she totally did. There's no other person that could have done it in the house. So I don't know. It's very weird, very strange. I do think she is the one that killed her parents. Not parents, her father and her brother. Mm-hmm. I don't know why she would have done it. Maybe she was actually sleepwalking.
Yeah, Leah. Stop. Stop just wanting her to be guilty, Leah.
I mean, I do think she's the one that did it, but do you believe that she was in a sleepwalky kind of sleep haze when she did it?
I don't know.
Because I feel like that takes... see, it's hard for me because as a kid, I've never done it as an adult. It's been a decade or more since I've sleepy walkie.
You're doing great.
But I used to, especially in middle school, I sleepwalked a lot. And I would end up at a computer or at my typewriter. I had one of those because I was a weirdo. But like I would type out full messages, sentences. I had a big Poe face. I used to type out passages from The Raven in my sleep.
Leah,
like
that's not fucking creepy at all. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that was a thing that happened. So like I said, I was really bad about doing shit like that and shit that you think is super complicated. Like who wakes up in the middle of the night in the darkness and goes over to their typewriter and starts typing out Poe? Like that's a lot of steps and a lot of weird shit. So like I kind of believe that it's possible, but I also kind of believe that maybe she just was mad at her dad and shot him, you know? I don't know. I find it interesting, and especially because I have like sleepwalking problems of my own. It's weird.
I've never sleepwalked, but when I was a young child, I would go to sleep in my bed and wake up in my parents' bed. I'm sure most kids did that. You know, I had that happen a few times and don't remember it. You know,
I also had a very distinct memory of I had a Pocahontas clock, like from the Disney movie. When I was a kid, it was beautiful, like sculpted Pocahontas clock. Loved that thing, but it had the most annoying alarm. It was Colors of the Wind, but played on an alarm clock. It's like very loud, very irritating. And I remember like it went off in the middle of the night because I didn't know how to set the fucker. And I just remember like being so aggressive and angry because I was in like this sleepy haze and I couldn't find where the noise was fucking coming from, and I was so upset, and I was just like I had an absolute meltdown because I couldn't find the noise. I was still asleep, and it was a traumatic experience. And my mom came in, she's like, "What the fuck is your problem? Like, are you okay?" She didn't say that. She was a very nice person.
Were you screaming or something?
Yeah, like I was melting down. Like I was in like a half awake state, and I was just like sobbing and screaming, "Where's the noise? Where's the noise?" And like I know as an adult, like it was just over there. All you had to do was click the little button on the top. But like as a little kid, I was probably 8 or so. Like I was absolutely distraught over that sound in the middle of the night. So like I get it. Like I've got like sleep problems out the ass, but I don't think I would ever have a problem with like shooting someone in my sleep.
Well, you probably could have right then. You probably would have shot whatever was making that noise.
I mean, yeah, it's very possible, which is why I'm interested. I want to know if it's really a thing, but like it also makes me scared to ever have any kind of weapon in my home because I don't want to stab anybody or shoot anybody in my sleep. Like it's terrifying. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, to move on and to stop like psychoanalyzing myself, Joan actually ended up changing her name. And she graduated from the University of Louisville with a degree in education. And she actually started work in the Jefferson County, Kentucky public school system where she was a guidance counselor.
I don't like that at all.
Yep, but apparently like some shit like kept fucking her up over the years because she died of cirrhosis of the liver in 1991. She was only 64. Yeah, so that's the story of Joan Kiger and how she murdered her family.
Well, that's enough.
Okay.
That's enough for the day. I guess we'll do the second one eventually though. So
yes.
We'll take a break and let the camera cool off. Did you do sources on that?
Oh, yeah, the sources. Sorry, it was on the next page. Had to scroll down.
Thank you.
But the sources, it's from the Boone County Public Library, in a section called Chronicles of Boone County. And the article was written by a writer named Bridget Stryker, and it's a very interesting article. Very useful. Thank you for that. Boone County.
Yeah. All right. Well, good job, everyone.
Huzzah! We'll see you shortly.
We got through that first
where
one.
Where we will be talking about the cocaine bear.
Yeah, Leah already told me it was about a cocaine
Very
bear.
excited.
Whatever. I'm just here. So.
Okay. We'll be
All
back
right.
shortly.
See y'all then. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
For you, it was instantaneous.
Yes.
For us, it was about 3 to 4 YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And YouTube links or YouTube videos are a set length, so you know.
Yeah.
It's a great measure of time.
Yeah. It was 2 Watch Mojo videos.
Oh, well, that is pretty.
2 or 3 Watch Mojo videos. So yeah, that's pretty. And it wasn't the 20 ones. Nobody watches the 20 ones. It's always the 10s. Come on. It's always the top 10, not the top
Why
20.
are you still watching Watch Mojo anyway?
Because they have a lot of things that I like. And it's just what pops up. I'm not scrolling Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
So, you know. I was watching the top 10 SNL sketches of the century so far.
What was number 1? Spoiler alert.
I've seen number 10 because you said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Okay."
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. It was Melissa McCarthy as Sean Spicer as number 10.
That was fun.
Spoilers, everyone. Go ahead, Leah.
Okay. Well, are you ready to hear about the cocaine bear?
Yep.
All right, so the cocaine bear starts in Kentucky.
Also, all that time was spent with Leah in the other room going, "It's time to talk about the cocaine bear."
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm not excited about the cocaine bear because I've heard that for 30 minutes.
I only said that in the last 2 minutes. It wasn't the whole time.
No, that's not accurate. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Anyway, cocaine bear.
Savory beer. I'm almost out of daiquiri and I don't have anything but gravy beer.
That's so gross.
It's like, so
beer gravy, sure. Gravy beer,
Look,
absolutely not.
I've started making ratatouille kind of frequently because there's a recipe for it in a Thermomix. If you don't know, it's just vegetable stew. That's pretty much all it is. The beer tastes weirdly like that, but not good. I love ratatouille. This is not good. It tastes like bad vegetable stew, which I was in that band.
Alrighty then. Okay. Well, anyway.
Were you waiting on me? I'm sorry.
Yep. I was. I'm very excited. And this isn't even that great of a story. I just love what the bear ends up getting named. Makes me laugh. That'll be at the end. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay.
Go ahead.
So it starts in Kentucky. We get some weird shit in California, goes to Tennessee, then Georgia. So we're all over the map, but the bear ends up in Kentucky at the end. So I'm counting it. We're keeping it. This is the cocaine bear. So, the story starts with a man named Andrew Carter Thornton, and he's the son of Kentucky horse breeders, very wealthy, well-off family. He goes into the Air Force. He's an officer. He is a Purple Heart recipient. I was about to say he graduates from the Air Force, but I don't think you do that. He retires from the Air Force.
You do from the Air Force Academy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he leaves the Air Force, retires, I suppose, and then he becomes a narcotics police officer in Lexington, Kentucky. And he does that for a few years while he's getting his law degree. And he ends up quitting the police force in Lexington in 1977 to practice law. He may practice the law, but he does not abide by it because in 1981...
He's got a pet bear that he feeds cocaine to.
No. No pet bears. Anyway, right. So in 1981, this guy gets arrested along with 25 other people for attempting to steal guns from a naval base in Fresno, and also for attempting to traffic 1,000 pounds of marijuana into the country.
Look, that's awful. But not as awful as what I just did, because I just realized I ended a sentence in a preposition, so I want to go back and fix that. A pet bear to which he fed cocaine. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Good for you. Anyway, so he gets indicted in 1980, and the indictment alleges that he's part of a drug and weapons smuggling ring that was very prevalent in the 80s and well known in the area, and it was called The Company.
Yeah.
The
That's not
Company.
shady at all.
And apparently it also involved quite a few other former Kentucky police officers, so go figure. Anyway, so he gets 2 felony charges for this little incident. He gets the charge of a conspiracy to import and distribute a controlled substance, and he pleads not guilty. And after he flees, after he's indicted for this, he pleads not guilty. Then he flees the state because innocent people always flee. Am I right?
Yeah. It's to flee persecution.
Yeah,
Leah.
yeah.
It's not to flee the crime. You know that.
Well, he flees the state, and they end up finding him in North Carolina, where he is heavily armed.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, they end up extraditing him, or I'm not even sure if that's what you would call it. Is it still extradition if it's between states?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe you get extradited from one state to the other.
Yeah, I didn't know if that counted like the same word
That's right.
between countries and states. But anyway.
But I just envision him. You say he's heavily armed. I just imagine him with bare arms on him. Just like, these arms are very heavy. I can't lift them because they're bare arms.
Oh man, that Second Amendment, the right to bear arms.
No. Besides that, I just him having bare arms, maybe. Anyway.
Eddie Hooser. Yeah. So he gets taken from North Carolina and they bring him back to California. And he faces, and I don't know why they've reduced this crime, but they reduce it to a misdemeanor drug charges. So he pleads no contest to the charges, and he's only sentenced. And once again, let me reiterate, he was arrested for attempting to steal guns from the Navy and to import 1,000 pounds of marijuana. Instead of like charging him for that, he gets like possession charges, and he's sentenced to 6 months in prison, and he has to pay a $500 fine.
Yeah.
Oh, and as part of his sentence, he is disbarred because they should have already done that. But I mean, that was part of the stipulation of his no contest pleading. So they disbarred him. He no longer has license to practice law. So, you know, problem.
Well, that's good. That's good, at least. Oh, God, Leah. I have so many burps. No, because the only thing I've eaten today, it's early, y'all. It's like early afternoon, by the way. It's not Sunday, but
it's like 3.
The only thing I've eaten today was a spoonful of ratatouille, and I'm a little
burpy.
Yeah, I have a little bit of reflux
Gaseous.
at the moment because it's a lot of acid in that thing.
Gross.
So,
all right. Well, anyway.
oh, so many burps.
I'm sorry. But anyway, so Thornton, you think at this point, he's gotten a slap on the wrist because he's a rich white guy. I feel like maybe at this point,
Former Navy officer, though, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily because he's a white guy. It's because they treat their own well, even though he stole from them. Besides, go ahead.
No, he stole from the Air Force, not the Navy. Anyway.
Or no, he left the Air Force.
Stole from the Navy, left the Air Force.
It's all armed forces, though.
Anyway, whatever. My point is, he gets a slap on the wrist, and instead
smells
of
like fish, like hold on. When you catch a fish, like that kind of fish, like you pull it up and you are taking it off the hook, that's what it smelled at. Tell me I'm wrong.
You know I can't smell a damn thing.
No, you won't be able to smell it, but it smells like fish out of a pond.
It smells like citrus to me. I can't smell it.
No. There's an underlying fish odor there.
I'm sorry about that.
Like
anyway.
not good fish, like not a fish market fish. This is out of the lake fish.
You done?
Ugh. I don't, with the beer.
You don't have to drink it. It's okay.
Thanks.
Anyway, so once again, let me try that sentence. Please don't interrupt it this time. So he gets his slap on the wrist, and instead of, reforming himself and starting doing literally anything else, he decides that his drug smuggling days are not behind him. He's going to keep going with this shit.
Good. That's smart.
It's not though, because on September September the 11th of 1985, some poor son of a bitch finds his body in a driveway in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's wearing an unopened parachute, and he is like strapped to his body about 77 pounds of cocaine.
Oh, nice.
Which was later valued to be worth around $14 million. He was heavily armed. He was wearing a bulletproof vest. And like I said, he was dead of falling out of an airplane and the parachute not, functioning.
Oh. Could this be that guy? Remember that guy who hijacked a plane for money and then jumped off and they never found him? What's his name?
D.B. Cooper. And
Yeah.
no,
Is it him?
years and years apart. Not the same guy.
I think it's him. I think he time traveled.
No. Anyway,
You're
so
telling me there aren't portals in the sky? Time portals.
I'm not telling you that,
Thank
but
you.
I'm saying that I don't think this guy is D.B. Cooper.
Thank you.
But anyway, the police found his plane crashed elsewhere about 60 miles away. He had been running it on autopilot so he could jump out of the plane. Anyway,
So it would crash anyway?
Yeah,
no
I guess.
matter what?
and like I said, he jumped from the plane, but his parachute failed to open, and so he splattered on some poor Knoxvillian's driveway.
Yeah.
He was 40 years old at the time, and he's dead. But anyway, so
He's in the Air Force too. He knows how to work this
he knows
shit.
how to jump and whatever,
Yeah.
but clearly it didn't work out for him because the parachute did not open. And I don't know, I mean, like, don't they always have like a reserve chute or something like that?
Well, they're supposed to, but you also pack your own parachute when you do that sort of thing. So, like, if he didn't pack a reserve or if the reserve also malfunctioned, there you go. You know.
I'm not throwing myself out of a plane for any reason. Thank you very much.
I don't plan on doing that ever either.
A 0 out of 10. But when it came out that, this guy had died, the district attorney who prosecuted him on those charges in the 80s, put this as part of his obituary, basically, quote, "I'm glad his parachute didn't open. I hope he got a hell of a high out of that," end quote. So,
I bet
real
it was a rush.
real nice DA there. But anyway.
Well, I mean, the guy got off with nothing.
Yeah.
Of course the DA's upset about it.
Yeah, most definitely.
Come on, Liam.
And apparently he had like a quote in his pocket or something like that. Like, I guess drug dealers just have to have inspirational quotes to themselves just on their bodies. But this one was interesting. It said, the quote that he had on his body when he died was, quote, "There is only one tactical principle not subject to change. It is to inflict the maximum amount of wounds, death and destruction on the enemy in the minimum amount of time." So this guy was a little intense and was ready to like take people out for his drugs.
No.
So yeah. Also, let's see, in 1987, so 2 years after he died, the authorities, the police charged his girlfriend with a conspiracy to smuggle cocaine from Colombia into Tennessee. They end up dropping those charges because the judge ends up ruling the confession that she made to like an undercover officer, that like she made that in duress and it just wasn't admissible in court. So she gets off on those charges as well. But the interesting thing that happened, the cocaine bear.
Okay.
Here we go. So a few months after Thornton died, a hunter in the Chattahoochee National Forest, which is in Georgia, he stumbled across a big old black bear, 175 pounds. This bear was dead. D-E-D, dead.
I was going
Very
to say,
dead.
175-pound black bear is a small bear.
Yeah, it's not a big bear. I mean, black bears are
tiny,
small
tiny
bears
bear.
anyway.
Yeah. On the smaller side of
Bears.
Yes.
But it is
they're
not a
always-
very large bear.
They're way over 175.
Yeah, it's
So,
not a huge bear.
yeah, okay.
Very small bear.
He'd been doing a lot of cocaine.
Getting there. So the bear was found dead, and it appears that the bear had found a duffel bag in the woods, and the duffel bag was traced back to Thornton. So it was some of the drugs that he dropped in this whole escapade to smuggle cocaine into the country that he died in. And so in this duffel bag, shot in the dark.
Here we go. Okay, let's see. Go
But
ahead.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, yeah, it went on. Your headphones are fucked
Okay,
up.
my headphones are bad. Okay, anyway. So shot in the dark.
Sorry.
How much cocaine did the bear attempt to eat? Was it A, 25 pounds of cocaine, B, 50 pounds of cocaine, or C, 75 pounds of cocaine?
I'm going to say 50. 50 sounds right. 50 pounds.
No, sir, it was 75 full pounds of cocaine.
Well, shit.
They say that it was unclear exactly how much the bear actually managed to eat,
Now,
but they did autopsy the bear.
I can either wash this down with a beer that tastes like fish, smells like fish, doesn't taste great, or I can wash it down with a highly caffeinated juice. So, which would you say? Like the juice tastes good, but I don't know if I should mix the two.
I'd go juice. That's just me.
Yeah, Leah loves living dangerously. Leah's a Red Bull and vodka type of lady.
I am not. 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
I used to do a lot of Jaeger bombs. Like when I would go out to bars, that's how I would start the night. Was, if you don't know, Jaeger bomb is Jaeger and Red Bull together.
I don't drink Jaeger in the first place.
Well, like it was. I mean, I don't really like Jaeger either, but it was a way to start the night to be like, okay, we're actually going to do this now. I'm not going to get drunk on just sipping a beer. I'm going to have a Jaeger bomb, maybe 2, then we'll get going. That's how the night goes. We'll play some pool, throw some darts.
No thanks.
You know,
not for me.
I told Leah this story recently. If y'all don't know the dart game Cricket, it's where you hit 15 through 20 and the bullseye 3 times, and whoever does that first wins. And we were playing out one night with my fraternity brothers, and my fraternity brother who now does our taxes. We were there, and we were like, hey, Reed, you want to play some cricket with us? And he looked at the board, and he looked at us, and he goes, I just call it darts, y'all. And we were like, Reed, there's not just darts. There are games on the dartboard. Anyway, yeah, he's entrusted with our business and personal finances. So
I mean, look, he's a CPA now. It should be fun, right?
He is. He's fine with numbers, just not on a dartboard.
Anyway, so yeah, they end up doing an autopsy on this bear, and this is the quote from the person autopsying this cocaine-riddled bear.
Fuck. Oh,
you okay?
Shot. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, it said, quote, its stomach was literally packed to the brim with cocaine. There isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive that. Cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hyperthermia, renal failure, heart failure, stroke, you name it, that bear had it.
He shit his pants. He shit his bear pants. He did a whole bunch of push-ups. It just wasn't going well for the bear.
So this bear fucking has a trip for a few seconds, and then like everything stops on him. But so like the story doesn't even stop there. The bear gets autopsied, but somehow the bear ends up getting taxidermied and displayed. It gets passed through a lot of different owners, including Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings owned the cocaine bear there for a while. But
why? I don't know. Okay. Average black bear mass, Leah. Whoa, why are there 2 different things here? Average black bear / mass. I have 130 to 660 pounds.
Yeah.
Another one says 90 to 180 pounds. That can't be right.
It must be different types of black bear.
Yeah. I don't know. But
black
anyway,
bears are small bears anyway.
Yeah, they are small, but almost none of them are 175 pounds. You'd think. Anyway, go ahead.
Any Hooser.
Fucking Waylon Jennings had the bear?
Yeah, Waylon Jennings owned the cocaine bear there for a while.
Did he think there was still cocaine in it?
Maybe. But anyway, eventually it ends up getting sold to the owners of a bizarre roadside attraction store called the Kentucky Fun Mall. So they acquired it in 2015. I highly encourage you looking up the Kentucky Fun Mall's YouTube. It's a commercial that they had, and you will see the bear in it. Anyway, So they've renamed this bear, and this bear is still to this day a tourist attraction that you can go and take pictures with the cocaine bear. One of the people that owns
I see that you've watched the commercial recently.
I have. One of the people that owns Kentucky Fun Mall said, quote, "You wouldn't think that a cocaine bear would be for all ages, but kids love it. Everyone wants their picture with cocaine bear."
This guy's wearing a KFC bucket on his head.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so I want you to tell me what you think the bear has been named. And if you can tell me what they named this bear, I will take another shot.
Is it in this video that I'm watching?
It shouldn't be.
Okay.
I mean, the bear is in there, but they don't say his name.
Yeah, I just saw cocaine bear. I don't know. Let's go with
It's punny.
Yeah. I don't have anything, Leah. Go ahead.
Nothing? Okay. His name is Pablo Escobar.
That's fucking stupid. I hate it. I
love it so much.
Pablo Escobar. That's pretty funny.
If I'm ever in Lexington, Kentucky, you best fucking believe that I'm going to the Kentucky Fun Mall and we're going to take a picture with Pablo Escobar. But the reason that I even found this whole story, because Rolling Stone did an entire article on it, and that's what my source for this was, an article from Rolling Stone. But it was written not because people just randomly think that the cocaine bear is interesting. It was written because apparently Elizabeth Banks has signed on to be in a movie based on the story of the cocaine bear.
There's going to be a cocaine bear movie? I would see it. I also like Elizabeth Banks, so
yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, it might also be just one of those things that like someone wrote a script and someone said, "Oh, this sounds interesting. We might get some press out of this, but no one's ever going to actually make it." Who knows? But as of right now, Elizabeth Banks has reportedly signed on to being in a film about Pablo Escobar. So
that's exciting, Leah.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. If you're ever in Kentucky, look up the Kentucky Fun Mall because you can buy some Kentucky themed items and you can get your picture made with Pablo Escobar.
You could buy a cocaine bear.
I don't think the bear's for sale.
Well,
but other things around the bear are.
Tell Waylon Jennings that. Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that was our stories for the evening. Are you ready for a toast?
Those were our stories for the evening, Leah. That was awful grammar. Awful grammar.
I'm going to sick Pablo Escobar on you.
Oh no, 175-pound bear. Whatever will I do? He weighs half of what I do. And I have sharp teeth too. Bring it on, Pablo.
Bring it on, Pablo. Okay.
Yeah, nobody cut that out by itself and make that a racist thing, please. For the love of God.
Oh, okay. So everybody hoist your extremely caffeinated juice high into the sky. Yeah. We're toasting today.
Hoist your dirty fishwater beer.
If you have sleepwalkers in the house, keep your guns locked down. If you don't, your angsty teen may end up the talk of the town. Pablo was a bear who tried to eat it all. He wound up stuffed at Kentucky Fun Mall.
Oh, Leah.
Drink.
Yay, good one, Leah. This beer is not good, y'all.
Yeah, you've said that many times, which is why I'm still concerned that you gave it a 4, but all right.
I mean, because it's not terrible, it's just not good.
It's not terrible, it just smells like fish and tastes like turkey gravy.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like fish. Also, I like how fish tastes. This smells like dirty pond fish. That's a different thing altogether. It smells like muddy fish. You know that smell.
Like catfish?
No, catfish is pretty all right. But yeah, it's like pulling a live fish out of water is what it smells like. Like fish scales, that kind of thing.
It smells like a live whale. Live whale.
It smells like a live whale.
Well in a boat.
Yes, exactly. That's what the beer smells like right now.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the mug's dirty. I don't think so, though. It's fresh out of the dishwasher, so I don't think it's that.
Maybe we need to clean our dishwasher.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. No. All right, are we done?
Yeah, that's everybody.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you very much for listening. Follow us on all of the social media things and all of that shit. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/Southern Spirits Podcast. Email. Send us an email if you want to. Get on the merch store. do all that other shit. Postcards, P.O. Box 1743, Hartselle, Alabama 35640. And that's everything, ain't it?
Yeah, that's everybody.
All right, y'all. Well, we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.